Welcome back to Mega Man Battle Network 2. Last time we finished the third episode of a very long story scenario. But don't you worry, now that we're back in side quest territory, oh buddy, we've got it all. We've got bizarre writing that will wind up being hilarious. We've got land being horrible. And you better believe that since I'm technically in the end game, I just, we're cutting out the scenes and placing them in the next episode. We've got the danger theme constantly. I hope you're ready to still have the danger theme playing constantly.
I know frag is short for fragment, but I played just enough Call of Duty to always link that word to fragmentation grenade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every time you pick one of those up, it just explodes, killing you instantly.
I keep thinking Mega Man has found like a grenade shaped like a roach.
I don't think this is what they mean by bug bomb. Alright, so let's see, since this is the side quests episode, that means we go to the literal side quest thing. So, we skipped Help Reconcile Us last time, because I didn't want to reveal that the net is frozen, or was frozen rather, which means it's time for us to actually do that. We've just had a pair of unreconciled Navi and Operator out there in the world, and we've done nothing about it, because in fairness, there was a bigger problem happening. I think we had a genuinely good excuse to not be doing this.
Sorry we couldn't repair your friendship, the internet was down.
I said a cuss word at my Navi and he left. Oh, he's somewhere on the net.
Have we commented on the weird duck poster to the far left?
I don't think we have, no.
New what? New Goemon but a duck?
So that is another thing that's actually a reference to a different Mega Man thing. That's from Legends 2.
Oh. As much as I like Legends 1, I've never actually played Legends 2, and Chip hasn't Let's Played it yet.
Yeah, I'll get to that eventually. We'll see who gets to it first. Alright, so he did mention his Navi could have been as far as Yumland, and he is. In fact, he's at Yum Square. I'll curse it. Just like that. I'll kill the virus dead. I've been training here, alone. And if you're wondering, no, there's never a vendor here. They're just gone forever. He makes me to do everything for him. I hate it when somebody makes me put something on a do-do list.
No.
Also, hey, you can tell that this is a much better future than the one we're living in. Because somebody was over-relying on their AI, and the AI said, "That's bad. Do it yourself now. I'm leaving. You actually need to use your own brain." He relies on me too much.
Yeah, I think a lot of homework is just bullshit busy work too, but there is something to be said about the discipline of doing it on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really, it just needs to be like 5 minutes of homework, because every teacher's going to have some, so like... We just need everybody to agree to assign less at a time, so it's not your entire evening.
This kid's young enough, he probably still only has one teacher. But yeah, the high school, that's a much bigger problem. Yeah, I think I understand it more for like college professors or graduate professors, because like by that point you're an adult, your schedule Like, you're not literally in a classroom for 8 hours a day. High school teachers not being able to coordinate kind of pisses me off, because, like, you're all in the same building. You talk to each other. I know you do.
Yeah. Alright, what's our next mission? Please help. The 4 nastiest bullies in Netopia. Oh, man. Netopia Town in Netopia. Thank you for specifying.
This guy's getting flamed and he posted, "You'll see, I'm gonna go get the meanest, roughest." I can't remember what they're called. What is Chad's job title?
Oh, he's a net battler. An official net battler.
Net battler. I'm gonna get the roughest, toughest net battler to show you guys a lesson.
Alright, so we're going through the airport because we do need to get to Netopia. But somebody did actually appear here that we haven't met just yet. Well, technically we have met him before. Guess what? Monster Mash voice. It's Mr. Match! I did forget. Who are you? It's Mr. Match! I tried to burn your house down! How'd you forget me?
Remember you when I tried to kill you and your mom?
I had like a whole Team Rocket thing going on in the anime! Come on! Except this person's challenge. Mega Man had a much meaner word in mind. Alright, so this is Heat Man. Started with a terrible loadout, but it's fine. So right, he's gonna try to hit you with some tracker fire. Alright, that's not so bad. Could you get over here again, please? Burner's close range. Okay, fine. You be that way. So yeah, this of course being the first level of Heat Man, he's not so bad. Eventually he'll try to jump on ya. For a bit, he's just gonna do this. He can definitely block you off, which is a touch annoying, but honestly, V1's not so bad. He speeds up in his later encounters, and that can definitely be a pain. We'll also say this is probably one of my... I don't know if I'd say my favorite, Net Navi design in this game, but like, I think this is a pretty good rendition of Heat Man. It's pretty different from his original design, but also looks similar enough.
Still has the lighter motif.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So is the...
Love his face when you hit him.
Is the stun from the Buster worth more than the extra damage you'd be doing with the Aqua style?
I personally think so. It really kind of depends. At this point, I do really like stunning everything. I'm glad it works on bosses. But yeah, the extra damage could be pretty good.
Little rascal here, and he throws a Molotov cocktail.
No, you can't burn down an airport, Mr. Match. Burning down my house is already illegal, but it's even more illegal to do that to an airport.
This guy introduced himself as Mr. Match, and they probably think he works in, like, matchmaking services.
Alright, so... like I mentioned during the scenario, we've got... I don't think it's this guy. I think there's another scientist in the room who's got a quiz for us, which would have been useful for a little bit. It would have helped us get to Netopia Square faster, which was definitely a necessary thing. Once we got Yellow Kier, this would have been useful. It's quiz time! Come on and do it! Cha-cha-cha! Show me your knowledge! Answer my 10 questions correctly.
That's too many. I thought there was gonna be like 3.
That... perhaps for a quiz knave, but this is the quiz master.
Check quiz one only has 1 question at a time, right?
Yeah. I forget how many he has in the game. It might be like 50?
Yeah, but You get to pace them out. He doesn't just show up and go, alright, dickhead, 50 questions in a row. That's in the Kaizo Paper Mario hack.
Yeah, and he kills you like El Piantissimo does in Sunshine if you get any of them wrong. Just breaks your neck on the spot.
You get one wrong and he just casts a Mega Flare from Final Fantasy.
My god, he's casting Zeta Flare. He's as strong as Donald Duck.
I was trying to avoid mentioning Zeta Flare specifically. I feel like I rely on that too much.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the old classic of Donald Duck being one of the most powerful mages in all of Final Fantasy.
There are only 2 characters ever that have used that level of flare.
Can't lay eggs.
Bon or Heatsford?
It's also a trick question. Mrs. Salmonella. And she's not merely a millionaire, she's Mrs. Millions, plural. You've gotta know it's a plural. Also, guess what? You better know what Yai's bathtub is made out of.
So, I don't know if I'm in the minority or not, but I fucking hate quizzes in video games.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of these in the Battle Network series or the Star Force series, but in fairness, the one in Star Force did give me a refresher about PEMDAS. I needed a bit of a refresher on that. Yeah, it'd been a while, I forgot some of the intricacies. Anyway, there was that quiz guy. However, we also have business down in the dungeons. Who could be lurking down here? Some kind of super boss, you might be wondering? Surely if it's all the way down here towards the end of the game, it must be a super boss. Well, kind of. But a super boss for quizzes!
Who called the Quiz King? King! Lads!
I was thinking of it more as a henshin sequence.
So do you think he just went buzz, or did he like open his mouth and a perfect buzzer noise come out?
It has to be the perfect buzzer noise. This man was killed 230 years ago, but now he's possessing this man. Set me free! Answer 15 questions! Can you possibly set me free? I can't do it, it's too much pressure, Quiz King.
So I know, chronologically speaking, this cannot be possible, but was the outline for this game AI generated?
No, this is human ingenuity right here. This is the kind of weird bullshit only a human brain can come up with.
I don't know, this feels more closely related to the Vampire Daily Motion.
Also, this Quiz King is so old, and yet he knows Thunderman and the value of his attack power. Hey, do you remember this? Jack Electricity.
That was right? I thought that was a joke answer.
We only ever got that his name was Jack, which is less memorable than if we had ever heard that his last name was Electricity.
I was laughing at Hippopotamus Gauss. Gauss, I never know how to pronounce that word.
I go with Gauss personally, but yeah, Capcom really liked Hippopotamus as a joke name around this era.
As long as they kept it to Mega Man, it feels like a running gag.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like run into the dirt.
I can only think of two instances.
You don't have to have everybody call you Hippopotamus in Mega Man Legends.
Mm-hmm. How do you well, okay, you're the Quiz King. I should not question how the Quiz King knows something. As long as it can be made into a quiz question, he'll know it. He's just that powerful. I mean, I feel like they have to have a Metro line somewhere, right? I get it's probably not as good as the one in Electopia, but it's gotta be somewhere.
I was gonna say, if we're comparing Japan to America, the lack of public transit feels very on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Where was Quiz? Please tell me I can't remember after 230 years.
That was the original Quiz. The boy merely known as Quiz, no other title. Because he's so pathetic.
I genuinely don't remember him. This quiz subplot does not exist outside this video as far as I'm concerned.
Last question. Set me free! Who is the leader of World 3? Did you play the first game?
Wait, hold
Billy.
on. That's not... I'm free! After 230 years, it's time to conquer Earth!
I can finally rest in peace. Ooh, cold. Ooh, cold.
We got regular up 3. If you talk to him again...
Like a long dream. I can't remember. On my 13th birthday, I visited the castle.
Game!
The Quiz King stole this man's life! He's been possessing this man for his entire life! He was but a teen the last time he had consciousness, and now he's old.
He's been in the castle dungeon for that long and no one here has found him? People work at this castle. They check that dungeon.
We were almost killed in that castle. How does that old man just, like, crawl around the place?
It's an insane thing. To put in a kid's game, because, like, kids wouldn't just... Well, some kids would, but... Like, kids get bothered by things like that so much more easily than adults.
Mm-hmm.
We could just laugh at the absurdity, but a child would be like, oh god!
Hey, remember Tom? Oh yeah, the one guy who started talking about quizzes? I always figured he started doing that because, like, he came across this dungeon and sort of got the weight of human mortality thrust upon him so suddenly, and it was kind of like a trauma response. Oh no, he just got possessed by a quiz ghost. Yeah, for all his life. Buck wild, huh? Alright, so anyway, we came here looking for a quest.
No, I have one more thing about possessed Quiz King. When his parents died, do you think the Quiz King bothered to go to the funeral?
He did, but only to ask quiz questions. It was seen as very insensitive.
My raging virus attack! This is not raging.
He's got 2 brushmen. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that's not really that hard of a fight. As long as you can kill the brushmen quickly enough, they can't really set anything up, so... Yeah, Airman's still useful. Anyway, that was one of the bullies, but we've got 4, so we're only a quarter of the way done. Here's part 2.
Get this punk, you guys!
So yeah, no, weirdly enough, they're all just kind of standing around. Just in Netopia. I guess we were told to go here, but... God, I don't know, it's kind of weird after having an entire side quest where not side quest, main quest, where we're expected to just go back and forth. It's actually kind of nice to just have a side quest where it's like, yeah, all the guys are in one place, you talk to the person to give the request, and they're just like, just get them. All 4 bullies are just hanging around in the square. Destroy them.
You sure have guts picking a fight with me. Also, where'd my friend go? He was just there a second ago. Why is he not there anymore?
Jump. So yeah, once again, bird in the back I don't think is so bad. Firebird, definitely the worst of the lot. Slightly slower than the 3rd tier, but yeah, no, but Birdie 2 is the worst. Though also, if you're wondering why I got rid of the UFO before anybody else, for one, it is not impossible to hit these guys with melee attacks, but it's also not exactly safe. Like, I ate that one up. I might have been able to hit this guy with it and dodge out of the way, but I was not feeling confident. The other reason is, the UFO enemies will charge you if you have any chips on your person in an attempt to steal them. I don't think blue UFO is the top tier, I think it's green UFO that's the hardest of all of them. This guy's very nervous after we've killed his other 3 friends. Oh, even though he has almost no reason to fear me because he's got 2 goofballs. Of course he does. But yeah, the UFO enemies can get pretty quick, to the point where I don't think it's impossible to dodge the last one, but it's very, very difficult, so yeah, I kinda wanna kill those enemies off quickly. And there we go, we shot him with this gun I found. Alright, well, that's it, that's the quest, we killed the 4 guys. Alright, I did your thing, but I'm gonna be honest, look, the bullies are bad and all, but I just met a quiz ghost. And that might sound weird enough on its own, but look, he just completely destroyed a man's life.
Yeah, don't take the castle tour.
Like, I guess I exorcised him, but like, man, I don't know. Ghosts are real, and they can do horrible things. One person was just subject to this guy's quirks for all his life. There's now just a child in an old man's body wandering that castle.
Man got fucking Rip Van Winkled. Oh no, wait, there's a Japanese story that has the same thing of a guy, like, suddenly aging really fast.
I feel like I must know that, but I can't recall it off the top of my head either. Alright, to bug academics. Guess who's giving us this request?
I thought it was to, to bother academics.
I mean, in this game, it could even be to academics about viruses. Honestly, there's so many things it could be, but yeah, it's not about bothering academics, it's not about anything on the net. It's about insects, and honestly, thank goodness. I just killed 4 men on the internet, so, it'll be nice to just go outside and do kind of a normal thing where we just find some bugs for a guy. Also, hello. Invis1 asterisk, you say? Well, we do actually want to do some of the trade quests this time around. There's usually some kind of trade chain in these games, it's not just random trades all the time. We also get an HP memory, so it's definitely worth your while. But yeah, Escape-N, which I always pronounce as Escape-N, is something we'll need. We'll get around to all the trades eventually in this episode. We'll also be fighting the V2s we haven't fought yet either. And also, I think, Gateman V3 as well. We'll be doing most of the V3s later, but I'm fighting Gateman in part because I just want to get a bunch of Gateman chips for the sake of the program advance, because you might have noticed, but we haven't been getting Gator that often. But I'm finally putting that folder together. Okay, so where the water's peaceful, you say? So yeah, this is just one of those look around for specific text box missions, which can be kind of annoying in its own right, but, you know, if you're a little tired of fighting, this isn't so bad. Is it basically the closest thing the game has to pixel hunting? Sure. But we're not going to find a tiny little sign that says, actually this bug is in Netopia, so I think it's better. Anyway, here it is. Big black bug in a cherry tree. I mean, swimming. It's the beetle we're looking for. Alright, so yeah, there we go. That's actually just the mission. Also, I saw that NPC now. I think I missed that one forever. I don't know if I ever talked to that one. Alright, yeah, so no surprise virus encounters. He doesn't say, "Oh, by the way, I've got to fight this guy on the internet."
Also, I'm going to challenge you with my bug-themed navigator.
Alright, so with that, we have but one more mission left to tackle. So, back to Marine Harbor. Alright, so you must be the Escape-N person? Yep, you're escaping. Alright, Hammer Z is another one that you might find useful, but also we're gonna have to give this to someone. Alright, return my gem. Or suffer my curse. Jinx. Alright, well then. So, what does our last side quest entail? Well, it does entail going back to Netopia. Which, hey, I wanted to fight the V2 Nobbies anyway, so, yeah, let's go fight Mr. Match again. Though first...
The first what?
We're going to the internet. Give it a sec. So yeah, we're activating this pad right here. Here we are in Netopia. Again, this would have been useful earlier. But honestly, given the end game, or the post-game still revolves around the undernet, it's actually not a bad idea to open this up anytime, really. There's never a wrong time to open this up. There's just better times for it. Anyway, if I remember correctly, we have another trade. Actually, yeah, Silver Fist V, definitely a Netopia trade.
Back off.
So yeah, we gotta trade this first, we gotta give him the Hammer Z. We're friends now, right? Sure. I will never think about this guy again. Alright, so we've got this chip. Now we can go to Netopia. Though, given how early you can get an Invis 1 asterisk, and in fairness I did get one pretty early, you can actually do a lot of this trade chain pretty early on. Like, I've been sleeping on this one. I forget if the trade in Netopia was available from the first time we went, but it's certainly available now.
I, Mr. Match, don't know anything about it. Also, I state my own name, in case you didn't know it.
Yeah, I know, Fireman was just a first boss, this one's an optional boss, he's tougher, I get it.
I wonder if he says, like, Ore-sama in the Japanese text.
You know, probably. There's a good chance. Oop, there we go. So yeah, he can turn panels into lava panels, which, if you are fire element, is not an issue whatsoever. Again, a little bit jealous of the fire elements. Oop, yeah, he's doing that a lot this time around. He's loving that slam attack, which, if he uses his fire trail attack, yeah, that's gonna be a lot more difficult to avoid. But also, I do have a cop on my side. Get him, Proto Man. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a lot faster this time around, so, V2 is already a pretty immediate upgrade. That being said, yeah, if you stand in the right position, he can't even get you, which... Wish I had started the medium cloud over him. I think it would have gotten an extra hit in if he did, or if I did that, but... Look, it's dangerous to be in front of him, so I'm gonna be careful. I love that face so much. He looks like he's having so much fun up until he gets stun locked. At which point, it is immediate suffering. Anyway, here's MegaMan.EXE, which is honestly a really good chip. It is one I will put in my folder eventually. Don't have a lot of fire chips, but that'll be a pretty solid one. It's basically just... It hits one in front of you, and then all 3 spaces for 2 columns behind that, so... Covers a lot. Kid, got a Silver Fist V? My grandkid would kill for it. In fact, he already has.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I'm talking to this child. Please stop walk cycling into him.
She's really emphasizing the murder bit.
I need to get him this chip before he kills someone!
He'll be overjoyed, and he won't kill again. Thank goodness, the authorities would have found him for sure if he'd gotten another murder under his belt. So Big Bomb Asterisk is actually really good. We are going to have to give it to another trade, for something that I do kind of want, but... It is useful because there's a very good program advance that involves the B-Tank line of chips. And having an Asterisk chip is just a freebie, so yeah, that's honestly kinda useful, but I want the reward for it instead. So anyway, here's the 3 Bandit Sisters quest. They're out to steal jewels across the world. And for some reason, this woman will be held accountable. Are you security, or are you just a person who works here? I mean, probably not, but, you know. I can load a state if I go in the wrong direction, and nobody will be any the wiser, so... That and a walkthrough. Very helpful. Also, hey, Chad. Not fighting you right now. Stop staring at me face! Yeah, that is one heck of a dialect. Somebody really put effort into that one. Also, I can't tie it down to any person as far as I can tell, because it's just that out there. Well, this sucks. Well, that would be useful, but unfortunately... I'm kind of in danger here. There we go. Get him, Cut Man. Alright, well then. Yeah, this is one where you just kinda have to have a quick kill ready. Cause, boy oh boy, two of these enemies really love removing the spaces you can use, and one of them likes using spaces for attacks. If you only have like 3 spaces left, that's not great. I mean, it's possible to dodge that attack, but... okay. You know, it's just harder. Also, you can't say that. Okay, well, bye. I won't report you to Chad, who's right there, I guess. So anyway, the next sister's right here. How do you know? You look for a while. Excuse me, this is a hotel room, it's not gendered. I use this one. Okay, are you gonna attack us with viruses, or are you just gonna try to beat us up?
That'd be awesome if one of the characters makes a line like that and then they just have like a sprite animation of just punching Lan in the face.
Yeah, like, as we know from Battle Network 1, Lan can solve a lot of things that involve the internet, but, you know, something like a door coming up, he's helpless. Also, speaking of helpless, this loadout sucks. I got nothing. But yeah, no, like... I still appreciate to this day that an entire game where you just do things with the internet, and then in the end, one of the obstacles is just a normal door, and you just have to find a different way around it.
Okay, so the last dialect was just vaguely Cockney, if anything. This one just feels racist. Why did you make the black woman talk in rhymes? Why did you do that?
Alright, well... First one was around the back of the castle, second was in a hotel room, but the third also hangs around in the castle. I don't know if she met the Quiz King, but she's over here. And since you had to come all the way out here, you can probably just assume that it's her. I'm something different entirely. I've practiced a language. Okay, yeah, green UFO, I wanna say, is the tough one, so... yeah, this also sucks, TBH, because, yeah, those enemies move so quickly.
The hell was that?
That's an enemy that's way overtuned, but also I'm at 420 HP, so I'm actually more powerful for having gotten hit. So anyway, last mission, kinda sucks. Yeah, so this grandfather got his jewelry stolen. But here's Lan Hikari saying 2 wrongs don't make a right, so if somebody steals the jewelry, it's not correct to steal it again.
You know, Japan has the reputation that it does for, like, people following the rules, not being disruptive. Like, we always bring up the reaction to the Tohoku earthquake and the various tsunamis. But it does lead to moments like this in fiction from Japan that's like, fuck off! Also, I wanted to show my grandfather that jewel one more time. He loved it almost as much as he loved quizzes.
Alright, well, Lan Hikari has taken the jewelry back and is gonna give it to the store that stole it. Well, probably not the store specifically. I'm sure it was passed to them from a different guy, but still, yeah, no. Thank goodness these luxury goods are back here. Lan Hikari, you did it again. Now I won't be fired! I don't have any sentimental attachment to this jewelry. Alright, so anyway, we're not gonna look at the full trip back here. So, yeah, now that Lan Hikari can be real happy with himself for having done that whole thing. Let's get to the end of this, this trade chain. Yeah, got a lot of chips, including Big Bomb Asterisk. So yeah, if you want to complete the particular program advance that is actually pretty good, you might want to hold off on this, but, you know, you can get 1 chip from each of the B-Tank series, and if you use them all in a row from worst to best, you get an even bigger bomb. I want to say the easiest shared code to get is T? But yeah, we get Jennifer's chip folder from this. Okay, she also mentioned the O series, that might also be it.
I love whenever a character says, "Don't tell anyone," on a thing we're posting to the internet.
So anyway, this folder's okay. It definitely has some chips that you might want to steal for yourself. But also, it is just a 3rd folder for you to use, and that's pretty good, honestly. I don't really do loadouts in Battle Network as much as I should, but it's definitely a thing you might want to consider. Having a 3rd overall setup is, honestly, yeah, it helps you cover ground. It means that you don't have to constantly rework your folder. But yeah, typically I just work with 1 or 2. In this game, though, it's gonna be 2. Because yeah, like I said, I do want to have a folder specific to Gator. Which also means that, yeah, I'm fighting Gateman for the purposes of getting more Gateman chips. And hey, guess what? I don't think this is ironic, but boy, this has to suck for you. He didn't even get to use Remo Gate. Good. So yeah, Gateman V3, I'm just gonna shove a bunch of these in my folder. You're not gonna watch the part where I fight him over and over again, but trust me, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to make a Gateman folder.
Oh, what, you're not including all the videos of all your grinding?
No.
Do you think you're better than me?
I mean, in fairness, fighting the V2s is sort of a grind. Okay, no, it's not.
How dare you have respect for the audience this time? I wanted to give us time to joke and banter.
This is already almost an hour long. There's plenty of time to joke and banter about the quiz ghost that ruined a man's life. Also, fun fact, Quickman's so powerful he can even block Gator, so you do have to actually time this out. He's stunned now, so I can just Gate Man him to death, but yeah. If you use Gator at the wrong time, he can still just block that. Thankfully, though, I think that Quickman is actually pretty predictable. Also, yeah, he looks very funny there. Just looks kind of smug.
Fucking nothing personnel kid ass face.
Oh, and what I was gonna say before the Quickman fight, I would actually suggest using an earlier version of the Gateman chip so that you can set it as a default. Because yeah, as you might imagine, Gateman V3 is a little bit costly. So it's easier to just have a regular Gateman in reserve. And frankly, it does not matter what version of the chip you use for the program advance, it's all the same damage, so even if you use a V1 chip, that's fine. You still make the Gator combo, and it's still as good as it would be even with a V3. Anyway, perish. So yeah, my second folder is aimed mainly at using Gator as much as possible. It does come with a drawback that potentially I could just get 5 wins or fans, which would suck, but, well, I mean, I guess literally in some cases, but yeah, for the most part, it's just a folder with a bunch of G-chips as well. However, I did have to modify it for this fight, because Magnet Man is just the worst. I really can't do this fight unless the magnet panels are at the top. So yeah, I've gotta have a grass lane here, or I'm just screwed. That box is there for defense. Alright, and yeah, no, at this point, it's just a matter of waiting for good chips. But since this is a very G-oriented folder, that means that I can actually use more chips at a time, thus freeing up more space to potentially get Gator. 5 is the maximum number of chips you can store, unless of course you've got a team style. Then you can get more Gateman chips, but yeah, you can hold 5 of each chip, and thus you can kind of maximize your odds of getting Gator, which isn't even gonna kill you immediately because you have that much HP. Magnet Man is kinda just the worst. Alright, there we go. Now that you're under 900, I can just kill you. If I hit him before that, he might hit his damage threshold and use his, ramming attack, which he's seen using right here. Picture, Magnet Man coming to fucking kill you. Oh, hey, here's Mole. Hey, remember this guy from the first game? Well, he's back. He still makes distressing noises. I really don't like hearing that. But yeah, just like before, he's got 10 HP, but he only takes 1 damage at a time. He'll come up from a random hole, and the less HP he has, the quicker he'll just go back into the hole after he comes out, and if he does go back into the hole, he'll escape the battle. There's actually an upgraded version of the mole. I forget if I ever got this on screen or if I only ever ran into it when grinding, but it actually has a ton more HP and has a similar gimmick, except it takes regular damage, but it will still leave faster the less HP it has, so you kinda have to portion out your damage to kind of, hit him with the harder things later on. so that he'll, actually die before he manages to escape. Anyway, here's Shadow Man. He's got a grass field because he's got fire attacks, but otherwise he doesn't really have an element. So until you destroy most of the grass on his side of the battlefield, he will take more damage from fire, but not afterwards. I also don't remember if he's going to use his special attack, or if that's a V3 thing. Oh wait, no, here I go using Gator. He will not use his special attack. We'll wait until the V3 to mention what it is, but, needless to say, Shadow Man can actually potentially be deadly. He has something that functions more or less as a one-hit kill. It's one of those things where it's technically not a one-hit kill, but it's basically a one-hit kill. Here's Freeze Man. Hey, remember how I dunked on Freeze Man the first time? Mm-hmm. Wanna see me do it again? Freeze Man has all the makings of a potentially difficult boss. He's got slide mechanics, he's got wind mechanics, he's got all the stuff people hate, but he can be stun-locked so easily. And he's on ice panels. He takes quad damage. Oh, well, that would have been the end of the episode, but oh god, do we have to fight these guys, or can I get a rain check? I'll definitely be back for this. You can trust me. I definitely want to fight this group. I don't want to avoid it. Oh no! That UFO's gonna glomp us, kill it! Okay, there we go. Virus is dead. Now it's the end of the episode. Next time on Mega Man Battle Network 2, we begin the endgame.